Hello, my name is Zhatelier, and welcome back for another episode of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we managed to form up a few pockets, or larger pockets with our pincers. So one over here, this entire northern peninsula, hopefully will now be cut off. We also cut off the airfield over here. I don't know how well we'll be able to hold that one back, but maybe we can. And if they run out of supplies, then clearing out that pocket should be fairly simple. And then also over here, we almost cut them off. We just didn't have quite enough movement remaining on the troops to actually do the entire thing. But for the most part, it's pretty decent. I think we've got a few more combats to do this round. So let's go ahead and attack in here. I think the infantry will be sufficient to destroy that tank, or at least push it back, if nothing else. Yeah, there we go, we pushed it back. So we'll have these front lines at least connected now. And I think there's still a few more battles that we could do over here in the west. Especially with these tanks, we can push back the enemy tanks in the library. Oh, there we go, that's 2 destroyed. Oh, there we go. That's half of the tanks that they had there destroyed. I could move in there, but I think I'm going to stay in here for now. But we cut that off, so now they'll have even less likelihood of getting supplies in here efficiently. So that'll be nice. And as long as we can hold on to this sort of cut-off point in here, the northern area is going to start dwindling down, and then we can also keep on pushing the southern side over here along the coast up to there at least somewhere. And of course we'll also try to maybe get through this mountain range here at some point. I've also built up a little bit more roads. I've also removed actually not that much roads, but I've started building a bit more stuff in that regard. We also started making a bit of a logistic stuff in here. So I'm going to build a airfield and a port over here. And then we'll also have a supply base over there. Technically speaking, we already have one supply base there, but it's fine. We can have 2 of them. It's the distance is about long enough so that they won't be kind of wasted with the amount of points that they give. And also we expanded if we take away the bottlenecks, we expanded that road all the way to Spitzberg now. This road probably should be built up as well now that I think of it. So sealed roads all the way to the city. We have plenty of industrial points, so I'm not too worried about that one. Then I'd rather use the industrial points than just waste them, since we at the start of before the episode started, we still had about 12,000, but then some preparations that I did before starting recording, I spent up a decent bit on various roads, going through some mountains as well. Oh, right, did we check the northern areas here? We have done the movements in there already by the looks of it, so yes. I suppose we're then... Actually, this one could still move. Clear out a little bit. Basically, we'll go there, so we'll capture that. We'll leave a tiny bit of buffer in here between us and Bruderland, just to make sure that we don't antagonize them too much yet. At some point, we are probably going to be removing them completely, but right now, that is what it is. I'm still kind of tempted to switch or create a new Supreme Headquarters in somebody, so that there would be a lot less traffic going through here, and it would just get to somebody instead of going all the way down. And we might... Oh, actually, there is a little bit of troops here that could be moving, but the supply situation isn't all that great for these units. I'm actually going to pull that back a little bit, just to be on the safe side, but now we can go to the next round. Just a bit of movement on the western front there. Well, our infantry got attacked a little bit by something. It's an artillery strike. Must be a lot of artillery in that mountain there. Like eastern front, there's a bit of action there, but luckily we did cut... Well, we didn't fully cut off the supplies in here, but that does reduce the effective... Oh, okay, they managed to cut us off there. We can relink with the troops, though, quite easily, so it's not too bad. I knew that could happen. And there we go, we're still getting the air bridge down here, so that at least gives us a bit of logistics points in here. I don't know how much of that will be used, but I'm sure that they will be quite handy in the long run. So those 100 infantry, that's about it. Ooh. Missile launcher. Interesting. Probably going to be pretty good range and probably fairly decent damage as well on those. Right, I remember that we wanted to reduce the Economic Council a little bit more. I think what we're going to do... Green Council is going to have 20% still. We could maybe put a little bit more into applied science and Air Force research at least. We'll just block those. Military can stay at 18 then. Because we don't actually need the economic research right now all that much. We don't have a lot of options for it, quite frankly, is the problem. So we'll have maybe 10 on each one of these, and maybe we'll put in a tiny bit of back into the military science as well. So there we go. We've got 10% on applied and Air Force, and then we've got 19 in the military. So we'll confirm that. Some of the leaders didn't really enjoy that. We have room for 4 advisors. We currently have only 3. I mean, I guess we'll appoint you.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Relations improved quite nicely. Major worker strike in Rio. That is quite a large chunk of the workers in there. Guess we'll pay a bit of money to appease them for now. New governor for Crawler. Oh, right, that's another thing that I did between the episodes. Is in the Northwest Front against Tomorrow's Republic, we turned the hub that we've been building into a city finally. So that needs a governor over here, and I suppose Victor Turner will have to do. A teen and community offers to help us. I am gonna decline the kind offer.
Yes, sir.
That actually does improve relations with a lot of our leaders as well, so that's good. We're using a decent bit of energy right now, and a bit of metal and a lot of ammo. Let's start by looking at these. So we need a bit of reinforcements here. We have got these off. I don't know how bad the supply situation is right now, but it's probably not all that great. I'm gonna use the metal heads to push the enemy back a bit further. Getting a lot of hits at least. Oh, there we go. A bit of infantry and artillery destroyed. There we go. So we push them back. Could move in there and attack further, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I will destroy these tanks, though. Well, at least push them back. And then maybe we could... No, we can't actually attack there. But we can now get a bit of infantry in here. Maybe one there, and... bring another one in here for now. Which does mean that the tanks could push forward. I'll attack there. Oh, they actually hit us. Well, there we go. That's a double kill. Let's say another 20 tanks destroyed from them. We could actually send infantry further in now. I could probably move these tanks down here. Just oh, there's the artillery. I knew it'd be here somewhere. I could use the infantry charge to attack them, but we've got the defense thing right now. We're trying to entrench in there, so maybe not right now. I suppose what I could do, I could use the wizards. Do a bit of an air attack on the artillery. Oh, they had some fighters of their own. But the fighters have been pushed out already, and we destroyed at least 10 guns. Okay, it was only the 10 guns, but it's still something. Reduces the strength, and we've got quite a few hits on them, so the readiness is going to be reduced. They've got a bit of infantry in here. I probably won't be attacking that one at this point. But here's the Crawler Industries. We've got our new governor in here as well, and we've got a decent bit of stuff in there. We could probably use a bit more workers in here, among other things, of course. I'm going to send 300 in here. And then I think another 300 somewhere else. Like, I know Celeste could use a lot more workers. I'm going to send some over there just to provide a little bit more for the Western Front here. So they pulled back a decent bit of troops in here now. But also, they cut us off a little bit in here. We still got supplies for the troops. But this one should be running out of supplies. I suppose the Blitzers... Is that is medium tanks that they have in here. What do they have as the... So they've still got the steel plating, so the hit points are going to be somewhat reduced. They've got a howitzer gun. Oh, right, so that's the Serpents. I believe the Bison's got the, 105mm high velocity gun. But that's a bit more effective against tanks, but that's alright. There's a lot of tanks waiting here. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to do an air attack with this on something. I haven't quite decided yet. I suppose we could just do an airstrike in here on the airfield. I'm getting a few hits on the tanks at least, but we did not destroy them. But now we should have a bit more... Well, we didn't get full recon in there. Okay, we've got the grasshoppers in here. Let's just do a quick air recon on that to get a bit of an idea how much supplies they still have there. Now we've got plenty of information there, so they are out of supplies indeed. The readiness is still fairly good on the tanks, or rather everything else but the tanks. I'm going to move this in here. But also, I'm going to send the scout vehicles over here. I suppose I could attack with the blitzers, but it is low mountains, so it would be a bit rough terrain. But this way we can at least keep the existing troops in here. The tanks can't leave there now, so that's good. There's a bit of tanks. Oh, there's a bit of artillery in there, actually. That's a lot of motorcycle troops. Technically speaking, I might be able to destroy those with a good infantry attack. It's low mountains, so they do have a bit of entrenchment on those units, at least. The readiness is a little bit reduced on some of that. But maybe we'll leave the western front right now as is. Let's have a look at the northern front first. So there's... oh, hold on a minute. There was a movement. Okay, I'm going to send the tanks to clear that one. With the help of some infantry, perhaps. And keep those at bay. There is some of the newts over here, so the rovers can probably destroy all these scout vehicles. Oh, wow, yeah, there's quite a good amount of hits there. My goodness, how many is that? That is 1,300 kills there, so that's not too bad. Keep on scouting a little bit forward in there, then I suppose this one could capture a little bit more of the land. Let's return back to the better supply. Oh, these are the mercenaries, so they don't actually need to worry about supply, technically speaking. They'll just eat whatever. Then in the northeast, there's not much to worry about. We could advance there further, but I don't think we need to right now. We were trying to get some troops in here to clear this one out. The squirmers are still there, which means that I think our motorcycle troops should be enough to push them back. Oh, there we go, that's 1 kill. 2 kills. And we push them back to the ocean. There we go, so that's gonna fix some of the supply issues that we have here. And that can move back into the front line. I suppose that can't move too much. I'm gonna move in here. If they do go there, then we can push them back, but like... we need to have something in here. I'm gonna move the headquarters back here, so we'll at least have some troops defending the city, because the 2nd Supreme Headquarters doesn't actually have a lot in there. Not right now, anyhow. Then, let's go to the eastern front. So, the enemy tried to... oh, we covered this area already. So, the enemy is trying to do a bit of mischief over here. Well, that light armor is destroyed. We can get someone to blockade that one. Now we're going to destroy this infantry. There we go. They did not build a road, so I think the enemy troops over here should be running a bit low on fuel. We got some tanks over here that could definitely do a bit of an attack through this gap. There we go, that's light infantry battalion that got overrun and everything else retreated. I guess we can keep the attack going along the road here. Oh, there we go. That's some panic troops and one of the light armor battalions overrun. So, well, it's only 20 tanks that they lost in this combat. But that's still something. I'm going to move in more tanks in here. This could at least attack... maybe we'll attack this one. There we go, push them back at least. So we're advancing pretty fast over here in the south, which is definitely nice. I might send this one down south to clear out the rest of this area. Is there... right, there's a non-aligned area there as well. I don't know if it's just, you know, they never bothered going there, which is entirely possible. Or if it's something else. I'm gonna send one of these around here. Once we go to the science ship, we should be able to capture that one, so there's no pockets like that left around. This one was heading towards Nufluk. We had the headquarters moving along here. And it looks like the supply situation is at least somewhat better. It's still not great in the south there, but it's at least getting slightly better. And I suppose we've got the road going through here now, so we'll at least get some of the supplies through this area. Of course, we don't really have a lot of the supply logistics in here yet in place. I think the enemy's been very effective in destroying whatever was left behind. Let's go ahead and try to push back the infantry in here, shall we? There we go. 100 infantry dead, and we could push forward. Because we could also push this one forward. Help clear out the enemy in the forest. Oh, they've got a few hits on us. But we're pushing them back. There we go, that's 200 infantry. Get that there. This could probably push back the infantry further. Oh wow, that broke. Well, well, well. Okay, I can't move there. Not enough action points, but we've cut this off now from the logistics network at least. We could try attacking here with some infantry. Also got the artillery in here. Oh, right, they got the air guns there. Alright then. We do have a little bit of planes over here that we could be using. We've got the Hueys, but how long of a range do they have? I suppose we could... Hueys we can move along here. For example, there. Then we've got some Apaches over here already. We do have the Wizards, at least, for a good air attack. I'm going to go ahead and weaken this area real quick. Oh, they had some fighters in Orthopters of their own there, but that got pushed back really quickly. It seems like there wasn't all that much defenders in there. We destroyed 10 tanks and 100 infantry, so that's not too bad. We can probably push this one back now. Oh, yeah, there we go. So we destroyed the light tank battalion, and the 2nd Light Infantry Brigade got pushed back. We can go in here. That is marshland, so if they got tanks, they can't actually move through there. I'm going to move this one south. Now, that could also be infantry, which is a potential issue here. But now we cut this entire southern area off from their supplies. So that'll be quite nice. We do have a bit of infantry here that could probably go ahead and dispose of this unit here. Oh, wow, it's broken. Well, that was easy. I guess I'm going to use the metalheads and the ones with the RPGs in here to destroy more of the... Oh, wow. Okay, that's another battalion destroyed. I'm going to use the... Well, that can at least move in here. I use the metalheads to clear out this roadblock. It's probably very low strength units anyway, so... Oh, wow. That's a bit of destruction. So, 3 units destroyed completely, and there's 20 tanks that are retreating. We could also attack here. Don't have a lot of action points remaining anymore, but we push them back. So in that case, we could use the infantry, at least these 2 infantries. Actually, we could also use the tanks over there to push the enemy back. They should be fairly low strength stuff as well, so there we go. That's 1 light armor battalion destroyed, and infantry got pushed back. So there we go. That's a pretty good advancing, I'd say. Oh, that's artillery. Okay, so the artillery might be able to get through here, but that's not going to be doing all that much. We could probably go ahead and attack over here along the road still. That should be... Oh, wow. There we go. Well, we lost the specialist and 10 tanks there, but did at least destroy that unit. That does remind me, we should have a look at the reinforcements that we need. So 1 line troops, or a bit of infantry, a bit of heavy tanks, and that's about it. What are we researching? Nothing in the economy right now. We don't have a lot of options there anymore. We're getting the shield generators, storm grenadier infantry, and line troops 5. It says 4, but it's basically from the line troops 4 that we are developing it from. Vital turbocharger engine is 93% now, and the small energy small arms optimization is 31%. So we can get better and better infantry through that, which is quite nice. But yeah, let's just say that we destroy quite a bit of troops in the south here already. This round, we could probably go ahead and advance even further in here with some of these units. Oh, we lost a bit of infantry there. We failed to push them back. That's a bit of a shame. Let's get the extra line troops then. We do have a pretty good amount of recruits though, so we could potentially go ahead and raise up another formation somewhere, either at Crawler Industries, although I think we've got a decent bit of troops in there, so I'm not too worried about that. It's just, you know, we need to clear out some of these enemies first, and it's going to be a lot easier once they start running further and further out of supplies. I can move this one closer in here, so we can maybe defend the southwest of this particular sector. And of course, we do have a bit of artillery in here. I'm going to do a quick range attack on these. Oh, there's a hit, at least. 2 hits. A lot more hits. Okay, so that's a total of 7 hits. So that's some good progress. We could potentially attack with our infantry in there. I'm going to wait at least 1 more round before we do that. We already used the planes there. We do also have planes up here, don't we? Yeah, we've got the Wizards. I could do a bit of a airstrike. Oh, actually, yeah. Let's go ahead and do an air attack over there. Try destroying this enemy. They do have some machine guns. We should be able to, technically speaking, attack our planes, but they probably don't have that high attack. So there we go. That's 2 hits. Not much damage. But at least the readiness is going to be reduced, and, you know, the supplies are already out. So the next round, I think they'll start starving. That'll be good for us. Could do a bit of air recon over here. Let's see what they have in the airfield. Decent bit of infantry. Some motorcycle troops and regular infantry. We got a bit of the anti-tank stuff over here. Where did we... Oh, right. We had our all-rounders push along the road there. We could potentially try to push back some of these enemy troops, although we can probably just wait another round and then start clearing out the airfield, and then we'll clear out this or these 2 pockets here and start pushing further west. If we could get to somewhere around here, that'd be a good point. But I think we do need to get a little bit more troops to the southern front. I think that is the one that needs it the most right now. The question is, of course, where do we have the logistics to do that? We could probably raise a unit in here. Like, if we go for a operational headquarters, not necessarily armored stuff, that's quite expensive. Although, admittedly, armored stuff would be quite effective. Let's see, armor assault brigade. That's armor, motorized infantry, artillery, and tanks. I mean, that's not too bad. Technically speaking, an armor brigade, it's not that expensive. And that could definitely do a lot of damage on the enemy. If we go for heavy armor brigade, that's even more expensive. But like, that would probably be enough to just break the enemy resistance pretty much entirely. You know what? I'm tempted to do this. It would take a lot of our fuel, admittedly, and a decent bit of energy and all that. It's not too heavy on the recruit costs. So in terms of like the recruits, this is probably going to be the most effective that we can be. I suppose since these are, well, it's still going to be a lot of fuel needed. But yeah, we're going to raise a formation there. So next round we'll have a lot of heavy tanks pushing through here. If we could break the... Yeah, I suppose we'll start breaking the enemy over here a bit further north, start threatening their capital there. Or we could send them down south and start clearing out from the south forwards, and, you know, that'll free up a lot of troops in here, and then we can start pushing further north. But I think we can, well, you know what, we can split them up a little bit. We'll have 2 in the middle here, at least, to start dealing some damage, and we've got some infantry in there, so we can have some sort of front line. And then we'll send some down south. And then we'll maybe have one as reserve or something, depending on where we need it. But I think that was about it for this round, so let's get to the next one. I may have forgotten some things, but that's alright, it happens. Oh, there's a bit of artillery strike again on the troops here. Bit of airstrike. Oh, they actually managed to destroy some of our infantry there. So they still keep on trying. I don't blame them for that. Oh, yeah, they did manage to break the encirclement here. Well, at least, you know, they opened up the path there. But it's, well, yeah, I guess they will get some supplies through there, maybe at least. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but oh well. That's why we need to send some of the heavy tanks down there. To be unbreakable. Looks like the Eastern Front is fairly calm right now. I mean, we destroyed so many troops in here last round that they won't probably have a lot of things to do. Plus, I think about half their units are in this pocket. There's still some units in the north and further east, but they are definitely weakened heavily by this point. Oh dear. North, the various aliens that we have on the planet. Well, I suppose we're the aliens for them, but anyway. The fauna is causing some issues, and there's the air bridge. That should be the last one. The lost 100 infantry 10 tanks, that's it. Metal mining facilities removed. Alright. Ah, there we go. VTOL turbojet engines. That meant, there we go. Back to level 9. Right, Secret Service Council. No, we don't need to change any of that. Air Research Council. We could go for the rocket engine. We could go for some of the efficiency, or well, I suppose helicopter design or helicopter design might not be too bad. I guess we could research the rocket engine. On a worker strike in Spitzberg. I'll give him some of their demands. Right, and then China community is trying to blackmail us. I'm going to refuse that one.
Yes, sir.
A new commander. I'm actually going to go ahead and try to recruit someone else. We could recruit a military. Or I believe we had some others over here. So there's a militant spy. I don't know if that is one. Corrupt gunner. Militant scientist. Junior feeling CO. Okay. Could recruit a mercenary or mercenary scavenger. I'm just going to recruit the military.
Roger that.
Pretty good option anyway. Well, maybe not that much. Well, I suppose that's a demand you'll have to do. At least that improved the relations with them a bit further. Right, so we lost a little bit of troops here. They are still doing a lot of bombardment in this area, but at least we managed to push the enemy back. Oh dear, we actually lost some tanks there. Well, that didn't go according to plan. That also reduced the amount of fuel that we have quite a bit. Well, that was mostly creating the unit, I suppose, but let's go ahead and attack in here with a lot of troops. Try to destroy this as much as possible. They are surrounded, so they should surrender as soon as we get enough damage on them. There we go. That's 2 units out of the list. So these can start pushing north. I'm going to bring these down here. Same with the flak guns. I mean, technically speaking, these already have flak guns, so it's not that much needed. Right this moment, I'm going to go ahead and do another air attack with the whizzers over here. I'm actually going to take the whizzers from the other area as well. There we go, we can start dealing a lot of damage on these artillery pieces, so that's 30 guns destroyed. Not too shabby. It's all kills by that same unit, actually. It might be a little bit overkill there. It's got a fairly good experience by the looks of it. Any enemy troops over here, actually. Can this move further north? It can. Okay, there's a bit of tanks there. Oh no, it's motorcycles, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick range attack on these. Then we'll attack with the infantry. Start pushing them back further. We don't have a lot of recon, but we are still getting a few hits here. Oh, there we go. There's a kill. A second kill. Okay, that was pretty decent. Now, let's go ahead and attack in here. At least with the... Well, no, I'm going to send all 3.
Engaging enemy.
The enemy readiness should be fairly low, so I don't think this is going to be too difficult. There we go. So that's 200 infantry. And we push them back. Got the hidden village back. That's good. Wait, what does the hidden village do? Oh, right, that's the colonists. Right. I remember now. Also, we might need to revamp a little bit of the logistics in here. It's not looking all that great. I'll be honest. Or, it's very messy, let's put it that way. Now, I wonder if I should maybe attack in here, the artillery. We could probably destroy them. At least push them back, if nothing else. There we go. It did cost us the entrenchment in there, which means that we might get attacked again by air forces, and that will cause issues. We'll worry about that later. Looks like the enemy's actually retreated from here, or pulled back from there at least. Let's start sending in the... So first of all, we'll send in the 2nd Heavy Armor Brigade over here. And we'll send the first one through the north. Second one through the middle. Then I think we'll send a 3rd one down south and the 4th one down south. This one's going to be in here as a bit of a reserve for future use. Then we've got our recon vehicles. We can push them in here. And the metalheads can... Oh, right, these were just push in here. It was these blitzers that got pushed back. I remember now. Well, these might not be able to hold for too long. I think the enemy is starting to be a little bit low on strength there at least. So, oh, right, we got the aerial soldiers. Now, I forgot to check what exactly the jetpacks do. I was planning on doing that, but I don't remember the exact, like, allows to, like, it should be more effective in attack, I guess. Don't know the exact values, though. Let's go ahead and send in a bit of troops here. We can probably push them back into the mountains now, or destroy the tanks at least. Because the tanks might not be able to retreat into the mountains. Oh, no, they did. Oh, they're trying to get around here. That's the motorcycle troops, though, but they might still try to outflank us. I'm going to move the flak guns back a little bit. These are still... Well, they got a bit of anti-tank guns and all that. They've dug in fairly well in the mountains, so it's unlikely that they'll manage to push us back. They've got a bit of artillery in here, a lot of infantry. So what I'm thinking is I could do a mass assault with the troops that we have in here. Something like that. They are dug in, so it still won't be easy, but I think we are going to be able to push them back. There we go. 200 infantry destroyed, and we pushed them back. We got ourselves an airfield. That's nice. I'm going to push the flak guns closer as well now. So there we go. We can slowly start pushing them back further from the south. And then we do have our Hueys over here. We could do probably a bit of a range attack on the stuff here. We also got some wizards somewhere. I don't know where exactly those are. Let's stack with the Hueys for now. No damage whatsoever. I suppose for those we'd probably want to use the some sort of bombers instead of the rockets, but oh well. Right, there we go. So that's at least one more pocket removed from the map. The flat guns can move in here. Now the bikers can move along finally, so we can get a little bit more intel in here. And no, look, can we actually send some colonists there? We can send... Ah, well, I'm going to send 100 at least, so we can maybe start getting a little bit of the workforce needed for the things. Then I think Spitzberg is going to require a little bit of stuff as well. It's got... Oh, wow. It's got a lot of public jobs. I suppose it's got the industry and a few other things. So let's just go ahead and send in 300 colonists there. And then I believe the Crawler Industries, how is that one doing in terms of stuff? It could use a bit more workers. Decent bit more workers, actually. So I'm just going to send the rest of them in there. Now that we've got the hidden village from here, that's going to allow us to get more colonists in general. So we can then start improving the population in places a bit faster. It's not going to be a massive impact, admittedly, but it is better than nothing. They're going to be there. I'm going to send this one down south, and the motorcycles are going to stay somewhere in here, so kind of patrolling in there, keeping the coast clear. We might want to get a little bit more ammunition, by the way, so let's get a... Well, we don't need too much right now. We haven't been using it too actively. Reeves just got, or does have a bit of defending units there. We could maybe move the air command a little bit closer. At some point, we'll also move the first machine gun infantry brigade closer, because that is mostly fighting in the south right now. Let's go ahead and take some of these tanks here. And then attack over here. They've got headquarters and some tanks there, so this should be fairly easy combat. There we go. Gonna move these through. We got a bit of infantry here that could probably assist with this. There we go. That's gonna be 2 units destroyed completely. And then there's still 20 tanks remaining on that stack. Let's go ahead and destroy this one. Well, no, that didn't quite work, but it's good enough. We could probably go ahead and attack with these 2 units. Oh, actually, oh, you can't, okay. Right, I'm going to send these ones to destroy the artillery then.
Yes, sir. We're going in. Mission completed.
Well, they're retreated at least. We'll move these closer, and then the tanks could probably get a bit of support from infantry here. Oh, there we go. That's completely destroyed. That was a juicy hit there. Let's try to destroy the artillery again. We are getting hits in there, but we're not really managing to destroy it, I'm afraid. Well, maybe 3rd time's the charm. Nope. Well, it's at least moving a lot during one round, that's for sure. Right, we've got a little bit of troops here that could probably try pushing through this gap. Well, that's another 10 tanks destroyed out of the 40 that they had there. I can't actually move the... Well, actually, this can move in. And you could attack... I'm going to attack to the rear. The headquarters is going to be relatively weak in comparison anyway. Let's do as much... Or take as much ground in here as we can. Suppose these can now start heading north. We've got enough tanks and infantry in here to keep pushing further south. This infantry could move along here. So there is some sort of... facilities in here. There's agriculture level 4. Oh, wow. That's a lot of food in there, then. There's a bit of grenadiers and all that. We got some dragons and solids, so we could probably destroy these. They might get a few hits on us. But at the same time, we are also getting... Oh, yeah, so the solids got some kills there. Because they got the HE gun. I think... Well, actually, do they still have the HE gun, or is that now... It's just a medium laser gun. Okay, so it's not really that much different anymore. It used to be a bit different configuration there. We'll move these tanks south. Oh, helium compound. Okay. Is this their capital? I believe it is. Maybe it isn't. No, it seems like it is. It definitely is larger in there, so it kind of would point towards it being the city, and thus their capital. Oh, there we go. Overrun some tanks there. There we go, that's another step closer. We definitely need to redo the road network in here because it's very messy. It's mostly because the AI is trying to sort of keep up with the thing. Oh, right, this was the barriers. I'm going to move these closer. I suppose we could also move the rocket organs down here. Not necessarily going to be using them quite yet. I'm going to also move the Hueys. These tanks are done for... Alright, we started moving those northwards now. So the southern part is done. In the north, we could start advancing a bit further. So I'm guessing they might be a little bit low on supplies there. Got a bit of artillery in here. Let's go ahead and do a quick little range attack in this. Maybe we can deal some damage. Most likely not much. But we'll see. And then we could potentially attack with the infantry in there, but I don't know. Well, they have lost a little bit of readiness, so we could probably have a look at how good chances we have. Not really that great yet. Okay, so I'll have to wait. But I do also realize that we are way over time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.